I need to talk to you. This is super important. This is super important. First of all, let me do a little adjustment here. My name is Ileane Smith, and if this is your first time here, just know that I talk about all things about content creation, about social media, and live streaming, and a little bit of podcasting. But today we are going to talk about YouTube and some of the cool things that are going on with YouTube these days. And so, forgive me for just one moment. I should grab my second device. Oops, sorry for shaky cam. All right. So, in today's live stream, I want to talk to you about YouTube and some of the changes and improvements and enhancements and the way forward. According to the CEO of YouTube, he wrote a letter to all of us on the 6th of this month. And so this is February 2024. And it's very encouraging, it's very uplifting. It it speaks to the culture of YouTube and how YouTube is so vastly different from other platforms, and in terms of their transparency, in terms of putting out there a clear vision of what we can expect and what we as content creators can do to help improve our content and so forth and so on. So I just want to do a quick check and make sure all is well. So in this letter, and I'm calling it a letter because that's what it's called, letter from YouTube CEO, four big bets for 2024. And I really want you to pay attention to this, even if you're not a content creator, even if you are someone who consumes content or enjoys consuming content on YouTube. I still think that these things are important even to you. So he starts off this letter really basically giving a bit of an overview of YouTube and his experience. And like I said, this is a quotes from Neal Mohan. Since the very first upload, YouTube has opened up a new way to tell stories. Suddenly, anyone with a story could find an audience. And YouTube has definitely provided that for myself and millions of other YouTubers. You know, just the name itself, like we really have to stop and think about it's YouTube. So we have our channels, and it really gives us a platform. And the fact that the platform is free, maybe there's a little catches here and there. We do have to abide by their community guidelines, and we do have to respect the platform and respect one another on the platform, which I think is an absolutely good thing, because some of the other platforms are not as stringent with their community guidelines and things like that. And as far as their treatment of children or any other underrepresented entities. And so, so let's just double check something, because one thing I did was I looked at my phone, but for some reason it didn't show that I was live. There you go. I see that ring around me now that shows that I'm live. All right, good, 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 good. Okay, so Here's the thing. I wanted before I get into the crux of his letter, I do have a quick ask of you. I would like for you to leave me a comment and let me know. Here's something that is happening for me personally and a lot of other creators here on YouTube. And that's the newest way that we can monetize our content is through the YouTube shopping affiliate program. And I want to know because right now, this program is only rolled out to certain creators in the US, and you have to have a certain requirements. I don't want to say what the requirements are because they change so frequently. But what I want to know from you, and you can just leave me a simple yes, I want to hear more, or no, I don't care, a comment, and you could even leave it in the chat now, or if you're watching a replay, leave a comment on the video and let me know if you're interested in me doing a video about the YouTube affiliate shopping program. Or maybe it's the YouTube shopping affiliate program. I'm not sure of the order of that, but it's that program that we can make money when people tap on a a tag that links to a shopping portal for a specific item product. Okay, so here we go. Here are four. We're at a key moment in history, and I'm excited about what lies ahead. Today, I'm sharing how we're thinking about these changes, my vision for you for 2024, and four big bets we're making across YouTube. So this is Neal Mohan for those who just tuned in. Not coming from me, coming from Neal Mohan. All right, so one more thing I want to check. Okay, I wanted to make sure my volume was levels were okay. All right, and so you can't start any conversation about content without using these two letters, and so he does it right on his number one. AI AI been the buzzword for a few years now. AI will empower human creativity. And I love the fact that he comes right out and embraces AI because, you know, if anything, YouTube is uniquely positioned for any of the challenges that AI presents in terms of content, in terms of content creators, and in terms of society in general. YouTube is very uniquely positioned because, you know, they are like the platform that uh, where a lot of content is being consumed. And some of those numbers he got to throughout this letter about all the different um, how much content is being consumed on YouTube. And I don't remember everything off the top of my head. Maybe I'll come across it in my notes. But there are more people, or should I say, more time is being spent watching YouTube than any other streaming service. That includes all your Netflixes and your Hulu's and your Apple TV and your Disney's and all that stuff. YouTube on TVs, okay? And so don't quote me on the exact parameters of that, but hey, let me just stop by saying, you know, I've been on YouTube since 2009. I've been a huge fan of YouTube. When the Chromecast device first appeared on the scene, I got it right away. And I started using Chromecast to cast YouTube to my TV. So I've been doing this for years, but now it's turned into a total experience. So I gotta say, I'm an early adopter because I even have some videos on this channel here about Chromecast that go back years. And I meant to look that up, but I'll put the link in the description if you want to see it. and um, and I had done one recently because there's an updated Chromecast, a Chromecast 4K, which is even cooler because it lets you not just watch YouTube, but you could also connect it with all of your other apps like Netflix and Hulu and Disney and Apple TV and Amazon Prime and TikTok, Pluto, Plexi, all that good stuff. All right. So anyway, let's get back to Neal Mohan because I don't know if he's more excited about YouTube than I am. Yeah, he probably is because he making the big bucks. All right. So he's talking about the AI to power human creativity. And I think the overall tone of that, because I want you to really read this letter to you for yourself. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I think the overall concept that he's trying to get across to everyone is the embracing of AI and using it to empower you, not thinking of it as taking over or being a detriment to your content creation or to society. All right. So here's just a little snippet of statistics. Shorts is averaging over 70 billion daily views. Some people thought shorts wasn't going to work on YouTube. Ah. But Shorts is averaging over 70 billion daily views, and the number of channels uploading shorts has grown 50% year over year. Are you one of those people who started uploading shorts in the last year or so? Let me know. How long have you been uploading shorts to your channel, or how often do you watch shorts? Okay, so number two on his list, I love this. We should all love this. Creators should be recognized as next generation studios. Yes, Neal. High five. And we've been taking a back seat for all these years. And when I say we, of course, there's big time, or should I say, creators that have a huge volume of followers, subscribers, views, and all that stuff. But my goal has always been on this channel is to help you become one of those creators. I never really went set out to be one of those creators. it it's just to help you to navigate all these different platforms, YouTube being the primary one, but all other platforms as well, and to help you create the kind of content that could blow your channel up or your page or whatever. That's always been my goal. And the first time, I should say years ago, let me say it this way. Years ago, when I first got started on this channel, like I said, since 2009, I've been on YouTube. And I was always doing tutorials, always did. And one day I saw a fellow content creator repeating back the same exact thing that I know that they learned from my video. I know they did. They were on my video commenting, saying how, oh, I didn't know that. And then, and they didn't give me credit. And I was a little like, they could at least said, Ileane told me. And then, like, I had to sleep on it and I thought about it and I was like, that's not the point. It's not the point of me getting the glory. The point is, like I said, is to help you, because people learn in different ways, in different formats, and from different people. Some people can relate to my style of teaching that may not be able to relate to someone else. And so I had to like humble myself and also always just remember that whenever I see that happening, and believe me, it has happened time after time after time in this whole content creation game for me, that people will take what I've learned, and because I I have such a casual way of communicating that when once they take it in, it's theirs. I want you to be that one. I want you to be that person too. Don't think I'm going to feel some type of way because I'm not. I'm over it. I told y'all that. I've been over it for more than a decade. I want you to take that in and think of it as being your thought and your view of a certain thing or topic or a way of doing things. So that that just next whenever I see that happen now, I just like say, "Oh, one of my little grasshoppers has has learned has learned from the master." Mm-mm-mm. All right, so he he has talked in this section about us being recognized as next generation studios. He goes on to talk more about the investments that they're making and helping us to earn money. Yes. You know, we have to be able to earn money, not just to live and to survive and to eat, that too, but also to, hey, Neil, how are you? Thank you so much. Don't forget the E on the end. Ileane. But I know it probably was the iPhone that just like cut off the E. So, oops, sorry. No problem. So, we also need to make money so that we can make better content. So it only it serves it's like the win-win-win, right? It serves them to provide us with tools that we can monetize. So not only can we, eat and survive, but also so that we can make better content, but also that when we think about all these choices of all these places where we can make content, the first one that comes to mind is YouTube. Okay, so I know a lot of y'all abandoned ship and went over to TikTok and all that old stuff. But guess what? Y'all gonna come back home. I know this because look at what TikTok is doing now. Now they want vertical video. They want horizontal video. I'm sorry, they want horizontal video. They want longer videos. They want 30-minute videos. They want so it's okay. It's all right. YouTube is probably just like what I was saying about myself earlier. YouTube is probably like, yeah, grasshopper. Mm-hmm. Long form content. It's the way. All right. So YouTube has all these fan funding features, and the YouTube Shopping Affiliate Program is one of their latest. And of course, they've got the AdSense, and there's so many ways that that shopping program can work, and that's why I do want you all to leave me a comment if you want to know more about it, because I realize that everybody doesn't qualify for the program, but it doesn't hurt to learn about it so that when you do qualify, you know what to do. All right, but I want you to leave me a comment. I want you to leave me some feedback about that. All right, number three on Neal Mohan's list of his big bets for 2024 is YouTube's next frontier is living room and subscriptions. Hey, Neil, I am with you on that. That's what I was saying earlier, that using Chromecast to cast from my phone or from my PC, it doesn't matter. A lot of times I just want to be on the big screen, especially as someone who uh, sits kind of like at the computer all the time. it's nice to be able to just be able to get away from the computer. I don't have a mouse in my hand. I can cast it to my TV. I might have the remote in my hand, or or sometimes just a whole total lay back or lean back experience where I'm watching a live stream or I'm watching one of those videos that I had in my watch later list, or I'm just sometimes, even now, especially with the Chromecast 4K, I can even scroll through shorts. Now, for those of you who have older TVs like I do, you'll know that you hear people talking about scrolling through shorts on their TV. You can't do that if you have an older TV. But unless you get that Chromecast 4K, which is very inexpensive. It's under like $60, depending upon when you buy it, where you buy it from. And once you get that, you can go to YouTube and you can just scroll through. You can scroll through TikTok if you want as well. And Neil says, agreed. I use the Apple TV for watching most of my YouTube watching. Okay, yes. And so Apple TV and Chromecast are like the same thing, except Chromecast a whole lot cheaper than Apple TV, but you got to get the 4K Chromecast. And since you're already straight with your Apple TV, but Neil, if you have extra TVs in your house that don't have the Apple TV connected to it, or if it's an older TV, or maybe you have relatives that have older TVs, get that Chromecast because, first of all, it's cheaper and you still have all the same apps: Hulu, Netflix, of course, YouTube, Prime Video, and I will leave a link in the description because I was going to tag this video, but for some reason it wasn't working. But that's okay. I'm new to the whole YouTube shopping affiliate program, and I don't know if it was just because this is my first time doing it on my phone, uh, tagging on my phone, or I don't know what happened, but it's okay. I'm going to let that stop the show. All right, so being in the living room, YouTube's next frontier is the living room and subscriptions. So it's not just that people are, you know, casting and all that good stuff. He also threw in their subscriptions to YouTube Premium. Look, I've been a subscriber back when it was YouTube Red. Okay. The day they announced it and it was available for me, I signed up. And it's like I don't know how people could stand it sometimes because at work we don't have it. So, I work from home, but I'm logged into the other YouTube channel for my work, and I forget because, I rarely go over there. Let's say maybe once every 2 weeks I'll look for something to share on the social media for my day job. And I'll go over to YouTube and it's like, oh, well, first thing pops up is, you want to give it a trial? Every time. You want to give it a try? So I say no. And then, and then I gotta sit there and sometimes I forget what I'm doing because I'm working, right? And I'm multitasking. Hi, the Dreamer's Life. Hello, how are you? Um, Thank you for joining. And so I get super annoyed when I have to look at ads on YouTube when I'm logged into that other account. So I know some people they just in their head it just like they're not paying to be ad free, but I'm the other way around. Let me be ad free. Here you go. I will pay for it. They increased the price recently and I was like, no problem. Okay. Here you go. Here's my credit card, Neil. So anyway, the living room is the next frontier. And so, dreamers, since I'm not sure when you joined, I am just going over some of the points that were made in the letter from the YouTube CEO, Four Big Bets for 2024, and Neal Mohan. is the CEO of YouTube currently. For years, it was Susan Wojcicki, and she retired, or she left. I'm not sure if you want to say retired, but she left, and then Neal stepped in. But Neal was already, it wasn't like they brought him in from outside because you just can't do that with YouTube. He stepped in and stepped up the pace of rolling out these new features and new products, and I absolutely love what he's been able to do. So in this letter, he's also given shout outs to different creators and for, as examples of some of the things that he's talking about. So I'm just going to go to number 4 really quickly. Protecting the creator economy is foundational. So I want to read a little bit of this. As we work across all of these priorities, our number one commitment is to responsibly protect the YouTube community. Our business as a streaming service relies not just on engagement, but on giving viewers and advertisers confidence that they can count on us to deliver high quality content. Protecting the creator economy is foundational to everything we do, and it's good for business. So I want you to think about, like, look at this letter. I'm going to leave a link in the description. I really want you to step out of your own little bubble and thinking about like what your specific goals are, because we're always told think about your goals and your strategy. But I want you, in order to improve your goals and your strategy, to step outside and take a look at this letter from Neal Mohan and think about the bigger picture. Think about why YouTube is so essential in this whole creator economy and why YouTube should play such a big role in your content. Okay? Because he's talking about not just us. He's saying protecting the creator economy. The creator economy is not just creators, it's also the advertisers. I mean, even though I was talking a minute ago about Chromecast and about YouTube Premium and not having ads, the advertisers still need to be here because there's always going to be way more people that don't have YouTube Premium than do. And even with um, not seeing or interacting with ads, we also now have this YouTube shopping experience. So, this is another way. When he says advertisers, he's not just talking about the ones that run ads, it's those uh, brands that they've partnered with to make products available through the YouTube shopping affiliate program. Okay, so there will be a little tag. And I mentioned earlier the little tag just didn't work for me today, but I will be using it going forward. All right. And so the Dreamer's Life says, I'm glad I joined in this morning. I'm so glad you joined in as well. And, I really would love to hear if you have any feedback. Neal, if you're still here, I'd love to hear your feedback as well. And even if you don't feel like typing it in right now, come back and leave it as a comment on the replay. And, I wanted to just give you guys a moment to sort of digest and think about some of the things that are addressed in this letter. And also, how are you going to integrate? How does that, um, let me say it this way. Think about communications that you get from other platforms. For example, recently we learned that Facebook, I didn't mean to say YouTube, that Facebook has plans to deprecate their Facebook groups API, and third party developers won't be able, so that means we won't be able to live stream to our groups unless we find some kind of workaround. You won't be able to schedule posts to your groups. So this impacts the creators. It's also impacting all of those third party apps and developers, right? All in one swoop. And to top that off, they're not telling us why. There's probably some kind of reason. They got a reason. I'm sure they have a reason, right? Because this is a major decision. It's not something that somebody just, you know, rolled over and said, yeah, let's just shut off the third party apps API. The Dreamer's Life said, is it true that a creator could be considered spam if the creator pushed out affiliate links too much, please? When you say pushed out affiliate links, there's the key terminology there. What do you mean by pushed out? If you are trying to post affiliate links on someone else's channel, like leaving a comment with an affiliate link or talking about an off topic conversation so that you can share an affiliate link, and it could even be your own programs or services, because I see people do that all the time. They get involved in a conversation just so then, they may say a couple great things, and then all of a sudden, yes, just like this program I have. And that was their goal all along, was to just talk about their program, talk about themselves. Yeah, that's spam. Yep, it is. And description boxes and various other posts. No, no problem. It's your channel. So I'm just talking YouTube here. In YouTube, you can put, there's no limit to the number of links you can put in your description. And I'm not talking shorts because, you can't put links in shorts. However, always think about your viewers and your audience, right? So if you did a 3-minute video, it doesn't make sense to put 25 links in the description because the video was only for 3 minutes. Now, if you did a longer video where you talked about products, because I've done this before, I've gone live with Amazon and then multi stream to YouTube, and I may do this going forward. I will talk about, oh, here's this microphone. As a matter of fact, the microphone that I'm speaking with right now, I actually have two of them, and I planned on talking about this today. And it's a Samsung Q2U microphone. Sorry, it's backwards, but I'm going to leave a link to this in the description. If I had a merch store, if I had a merch store, sure, I could talk about my merch. It would make sense to do that. And when you say other posts, I'm assuming you mean like the community tab, because that's really only the other posts that we could leave links on. Sure. But like I said, think about your viewers, think about yourself. If you were going to someone's video, like what would you consider as spam in their description box? Think about it that way. It's really, you don't want to give people too many choices anyway. Any kind of marketing or promotions that you do, just across the board in general, you don't want to give people too many choices because then they choose nothing. Now, if I'm doing a product showcase where everybody knows, oh, she's going to talk about all her gear. So I start talking about my mic. I start talking about my lights. I talk about my computer. My stream deck. People know, okay, and you put timestamps in there. Okay, at the 10-minute mark, she talked about the stream deck. At the 5, so that makes sense because you talked about each one of those products. I hope that answers your question. And, you know, I don't want you to spend too much time worrying about that. And hey, Jay, JFK Productions. Hey, fist bump, high five. Yeah, I don't want you to waste too much of your time thinking about whether you're being spammy or not. Your quick, your quick way of the dreamer's life of making that determination is: am I giving my viewers too many choices? And the other question you can ask yourself: if I saw that on someone else's video, would I think that was spam? Now, if you put 25 links in the description and nobody ever clicks on none of them, YouTube don't care. uh, some people never even read descriptions. Now, on a community tab post, I would definitely limit the number of links. Me personally, this is my personal view. I would definitely limit the number of links to one, maybe two, if there was something really, really important that I wanted to cover or that people asked about. Okay, so yeah, you know, there is a thin line. Are too many choices a bad thing? I know it isn't with ice cream, but see, that's just one choice. JK, you're talking about J JFK. You're talking about ice cream. Now you might be talking about different flavors, but you're only talking about the one thing. But if you talk about ice cream, apple pie, croissants, muffins, macaroni and cheese. See, you're starting to sound like what's that restaurant that has the huge menu? Oh gosh, you all know the restaurant I'm talking about. They're famous for having this menu that's like 25 pages, or maybe it's even more than that. So many choices. I don't go there anymore, so that's why it's not top of mind. But it's a very popular chain restaurant. But at least people know they're going there for food. But they have American cuisine, Italian, Chinese, all that in the same place. And so, but ice cream, yeah, it's nice to have choices when it comes to ice cream because a lot of people don't know nothing about butter pecan because that was my favorite. But you know what? I don't even eat ice cream. I cannot tell you the last time I ate ice cream. We took my grandson to an ice cream parlor that's like some kind of new age trendy kind of thing where they, I don't even remember all the stuff that they did. That everybody's so into this ice cream place. I have not one drop. But I was so happy that he enjoyed it. Sounds like a buffet. I guess it's cool to stick to a niche with videos. I know I found my fave choice. Oh, good, good for you. And I so much appreciate you, and I so much appreciate your feedback. And I just wanted to wrap things up. So I am going to try to quickly go through these four big bets for 2024 from Neal Mohan, who is the CEO of YouTube. And number one is AI will empower creativity. Number two, creators should be recognized as next generation studios. Number three, YouTube's next frontier is the living room and subscriptions. YouTube, you already been in my living room, my bedroom, my living room, my let me stop. Protect number four, protecting the creator economy is foundational. And I've always said that YouTube is the most sophisticated platform on the internet. And I still say that. And I believe me, I use a lot of big time software. I won't even name names of software that I use at work, not related to content creation and stuff like that. And I see so many points of failure and so many places where the UI can be improved. And when I come to YouTube, I just feel like, ah, this is so cool. This is one of the cool. This is one of the coolest apps ever. I agree with all except the AI bit. And yes, YouTube already controls our living room. My mom watches YouTube more than Netflix. Yes, and I can guarantee you I watch YouTube way more than Netflix cuz guess what? I don't even have Netflix. And guess what? I don't even need Netflix. I don't have a fear of missing out. I don't care. Stuff comes on Netflix. I'll wait for it to come on regular cable. I do have regular cable. I'll wait for it to come on cable. And if it don't, I'm all right. I got YouTube. If somebody took my YouTube away, I would be so hurt. I I would have to try to find a way around that. But Netflix, I don't care. Hulu, never never cared about that. You know, they charge you and make you watch commercials. What? For TV? What? That's so crazy to me. At this point, our cable is just for local news. Yep. Yep. And you can even, with the Chromecast I was talking about earlier, you can even catch some local news. I forget how to do it, but I so appreciate each and every one of you for joining live and for also watching the replay. And as always, it's your girl, Miss Ileane, saying, stay beautiful. I'll see you in the next video.